and fear fell upon them, which saw them. All right, because why? The Lord putting that breath back into us, and now we're standing up on our feet again with the wisdom of the Lord through the Holy Spirit. We're rising back up, reclaiming our heritage, our identity. These nations, they're fearful, man. That's why they deem this as a threat.
Right.
They ain't concerned with the Black Panthers, man. They ain't concerned with all the little bullshit that they're doing now these days. They're not concerned with that, man.
The Free Club and the Black Gun Club, they're about that.
Yeah, when those Israelis over there, like not a Jew, right? When he says that Hamas and the Iran and that there's being acts of evil and that's their biggest enemy. Nah, man, this is we're their biggest enemy. You know, they know that this is their biggest threat to their empire, to their rulership. You know, there's certain of them that come out and said that the biggest threat to them is the so-called Negro.
Yeah, that one woman.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I don't know what type of meeting that was. I think she represented the small hats. She was like, the biggest threat is the young, the young Black American generation.
And not the rat,
Young generation of Black American.
trap Negro. You know, the man that's returning to Yahweh Bashim outside. That man.
So I just want to add to what you're saying. Because think about it, if somebody stole your identity, the last thing you want is for them to show up. Okay? That's the last thing you want. And that's the last thing they want is us standing up and saying, no, we are the real people. Look, let's prove it, right? They can't prove it. But they haven't been required to prove it either. Now we're making them prove it by proving it ourselves. So now they're supposed to come out and show, no, it's us because of this, and this. Right. But they don't have the prophecy behind them like we do.
Yeah, they don't have the receipts.
That's why they gotta lie and manipulate the prophecies, like Netanyahu did. Talking about Isaiah 60:18 is gonna apply to them when they take out Hamas. Stop it, man.
Hey, they'd agree with them.
But hey, they would have to agree with them. Because if you're saying that we're gonna still have to worry about nations rising up and starting a war with us in our own kingdom, then that's the same point we use against the small hats. How are y'all the people, but the prophecies, there's still war. Y'all getting into wars with these Arab nations. Y'all shooting rockets and bombs, and they shooting back at you. How is that happening when the prophecies say that when the mountain being established at the top of the hill, all nations flowing to it, that nations are going to not only learn the laws, but also nations shall not lift up sword against each other. And they shall not learn any war. How would that be the fulfillment of that?
They quoted that.
Right.
It's like, when I saw, I was so stunned that he said that. Yeah. It makes sense now that he would say that because he's the closest to, exactly, and he's the closest to Christianity. But if y'all notice, every time he says some off shit, what did he say first? You gotta beware of these other Israelite groups. He always starts with that.
He always say Black Hebrew.
Why
he always used that key term.
Yeah, he said that.
He always used that key term every time.
But he uses that phrase and then he goes way off in the scripture somewhere. These others that say this and that say that. He always do that. He's trying to align himself not to be codependent.
That dude's probably an agent, man.
He's definitely an agent, and he sold out, took the bag, all of that shit.
He saw it cost.
You sell out,
Black Hebrew Israelites.
You're an agent when you sell out.
Yeah.
Some just ain't gonna give you money for the hell
Take
of
the
it.
bag, stop teaching. We need you to be an asset.
It's like a FBI informant.
Yeah.
You know,
And Nate was pretty much Jay Reed. He's in too deep.
Yeah, Jay Reed.
He's in too deep. Like he's all the way in.
Hey,
But
how do you know the truth? That's what I'm saying.
no, I'm saying like he's all the way in. So he playing his character to a T. Because obviously people believe in him. That's why he has such a massive following.
Yeah.
But that whole shit is a act, and he's leading you down the path of destruction.
Yeah, those government agents, they're well trained in how to tangle you up and pretty much
Well trained in manipulation.
manipulation and lie,
Yeah.
deception. You know, but he's only playing himself, because the true worshipers, they're not going to be deceived.
Exactly.
And if there's any righteous in your church, they're going to get out. They're going to flee.
Yeah, like Yahushua said, my sheep, they hear not the voice of
Strangers.
shall flee.
We're talking a lot of thoughts, but I want to say this. There's a lot of movies that go into this topic about informants or,
Yeah.
And the thing about them is you don't know that they're an informant because they really have to be on the other side. Until you call on them for something, then you'll see if they're doing a job. A move like this is proving you're doing a job. Now teaching the name is proving you're doing a job. Okay, and I don't mean like, oh, you know it's how no, don't belittle the name. You're supposed to exalt that name, bro. Like, come on now. So we're watching what you're doing, and every time you do something, we're watching you go back and show the receipts that you deserve that bag that you was given. Right? I got one too.
The first one, Isaiah 45 and 17, NLT. It says, but the Lord Yahweh will save the people of Israel with eternal salvation. Right? Eternal meaning perpetual, man. Forever. It says, throughout everlasting ages, they will never again be humiliated and disgraced.
Oh yeah, that's
Nobody came before.
you still got that in Judah.
Isaiah 45 and 17, NLT. But the Lord Yahweh will save the people of Israel with eternal salvation.
Eternal salvation.
Eternal.
Yeah. That means we're gonna be empowered, eternal. Ain't no other nation gonna be able to take us down.
Why would I be in the kingdom of heaven? Why would anybody, especially Yahushua, have to consider that the heathen may one day raise up against him? Heathen gonna raise up and with the belief that they can take me down. Belief is one of the strongest things that you can have. That's what's got us out here, belief. We're out here on belief. We don't have anything to take down these nations that are over us. We're out here on belief. But we're seeing how belief and faith go hand in hand, and how it's moving us to do certain things in the fear of the Heavenly Father. Why would he give them belief?
And what's the word government mean? Mind control.
Mind control.
So, us being, start with Yahushua, is gonna have the nation's mind under subjection, man.
Right. Way more than they got us now.
They're gonna be programmed to fear us.
Right.
You're going to know what they're thinking. You're going to know what they're up to without having to be there.
Oh, we kind of can, even in this low level, we kind of can gauge what these heathens is thinking, and we in captivity. So how much more in the kingdom of heaven, where we got the power to know everything?
Didn't Yahushua say, and he knew their thoughts?
Yeah.
So it's telepathy, man. He knew what they were thinking. So he gonna share that with, we're gonna be joint heirs unto that power. We're gonna share that with us, and we gonna let them build up to where they can, one day feel that they can come against us if all of them come together. We're doing it now. Why would we do it again? We're doing it now. That don't make sense.
Brother said it earlier, man. We're not gonna die. As Israelites, we're not gonna die. We're gonna have new upgraded flesh. They ain't gonna still be in this same corruptible flesh. If I can grab this, Revelation 21 and verse 4. And the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Talking about the Israelites. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. Right? Those things can be brought forth through war. So if there's going to be war, then that will make this void. It says, for the former things are passed away, including this current kingdom and the rulers.
So let's go back to that in Judah. Let's finish that up.
Going back on Judah 5 and 19. It says, but now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered. and have possessed Jerusalem. Ooh.
Hey,
About to run over me.
man.
It says, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country.
So now they're dwelling back in their land, all right, as a people, right, serving their God, safe from fear. This is what the recollection of these other nations. When we're back in our land and we're serving the Lord and the Lord is dealing with us, they know that we can't fight them. We can't rise up against them. Because we know that their God is going to defend them no matter what, as long as they're not in sin.
And after the new covenant, why would he not defend us?
Right.
Right. This is wild.
Hey, he deceives a lot. He deceives the minds of the simple. For you that are deceived by that, who was that voiceover that was like, oh, come on, man.
That
What
sounds
is
like
it?
Boozy.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like Boozy.
I was like, who said
Where-
that? Because
where
that
was-
was on time.
Yeah. That sounded like Boozy. They be saying it. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, it says, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
In other words, let us go and let us go and try to go up in battle against them. Let's try to, like for example, remember when king of Syria, Sennacherib, and he tried to have his armies surround Jerusalem. And they thought that, we thought that we was getting ready to be attacked, but the angel came down.
He said, look.
And killed like 185,000 or something like that.
Yeah, 85,000 Syrians.
Assyrians.
Yeah.
So they know that as long as we're sin and we're worshiping idols and doing the things that we're not supposed to be doing, and they can actually come rise up against us and wage war against us and overtake us. All right, that's basically what he's saying. So are we gonna be sinning in the kingdom to where these nations and Esau is gonna be able to loose themselves? We're gonna loose them out of the pit.
We're going to let them out.
We're gonna let them out, and then we're gonna leave the planet for I don't know how long, because he said it's gonna be a season, so it's gonna be a time for them to be able to gather together and build these weapons up. So we're just gonna sit. It's gonna be a time period within that dominion where these devils are gonna sit unattended, no supervision.
Right.
They're gonna come up with some secret plan, some secret council. They're gonna come together and they're gonna have all the resources and build this standing military where they're gonna feel confident to wage war against the people, the sons of the power who are now God-like status, who are gods now. Are you? That money better be like.
We seen the numbers. We seen the numbers.
You got to be rolling to some serious money,
We
bro.
seen the numbers, so
Enjoy that shit, man.
we saw the network numbers, man. So I get it, but it ain't worth that against the king of the universe.
Bro,
What pisses me off is you know better.
Man.
You know better. You
He-
been in this thing for over 30 years now. You know
Bro,
better.
he just escaped. He damn near was on the deathbed in the hospital.
You gotta earn it, bro. You gotta earn it.
I got
You gotta
this.
earn it.
2 Timothy 3:12. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Mashiach Yahushua shall suffer persecution. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Look,
that's all you see with them cats, man. It's waxing worse and worse. It's like, and I always say this, man. Every time we hear something crazy, it's like, okay, what they gonna teach next, man? And they're getting more and more Christian, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
when they teach the immaculate conception.
That's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
That gotta be the next step. They already believe in hell.
You know what I'm saying? We part of people, part of freedom. You know, part of they gotta go somewhere first. Hey, cause when you mess the doctrine up, it's like the butterfly effect. One little off something now makes it have to project way in a whole other level. Be way off.
Yeah, like you tell one lie, you got to continue to tell a lie to keep covering it up.
And if the truth is at 180 straight, by the time you tell that lie, it's going to be at, you know,
Right.
somewhere way off, 42% somewhere. Degrees, I mean.
Yeah.
Projection changes, man. I understand it.
Back in Jude 5 and 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Says,
And even Balaam, even what Balaam told Balaam about what's going to happen in the end. You're pretty much saying it's going to be pointless to try to, whatever counsel you think you're going to have against these people is pointless. Because their God is going to be with them. All right? They're going to take down all you nations, and they're going to do it valiantly. And there's no enchantment against them. Really, you can't do nothing against them. Balaam already prophesied that. And he was a heathen. There won't be nothing you can do against us. So why would they even feel emboldened to be able to think that they're going to be able to do that? All the nations are going to fear Yahushua. They're going to fear. Somebody get Psalms 72. Psalm 77.
Psalm 72, right at the top, Psalm of Solomon. Give the king thy judgments, O Yahweh, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. He shall
Psalm of Yahushua. Even though it was a song for Solomon. Right? Okay.
He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment.
That's what he's coming to do. You can read the same thing in Isaiah 11 chapter. It talks about the branch. How he's going to prove the people with equity and all this. That's what he's coming to do. That's what he's coming to do.
The mountains shall bring peace to the people, and the little hills my righteousness. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the people. They shall break in pieces the oppressor. They shall fear as long as the sun and moon endure throughout all generations. Throughout all generations.
Throughout all generations, they're going to fear him. So that even down into the 1,000 years later, all right, after the end of that 1,000-year reign, which he's still in a reign, just that 1,000-year period is it's not like the kingdom is going to have a certain duration of time and it's going to have an end. There'll always be, all throughout the prophets, there's going to be a continued rulership, everlasting dominion. So it's never going to stop. His reign is going to continue. And after those 1,000 years, that's when we're going to allow the nations to be able to have their own portion of lands, or they're going to be able to govern within themselves, but they're going to have to be under the standard of the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites. That's what's going to happen, man. Okay? We're going to give them a portion of their land back. They're going to be able to have a certain portion of resources. We're going to go back to the gold standard, gold and silver being money. We're not going to be under the petrol dollar anymore. All right? Everybody going to have microchips in them. We're going to be under a righteous civilization. All right? Good.
Verse 6. He shall come down like rain upon the mown grass, and showers that water the earth. In his days shall the righteous flourish, dust.
Are they gonna lick the dust? All right? Meaning they're gonna be in total submission, total subjugation. So that means that they're gonna have fear. All right? They're gonna have complete fear, man. They don't even think to lift a finger towards the Lord. This is the King of the Kings, man.
It's like the animals don't fear Israel again.
Right.
Animals, lions, tigers, and bears. Isaiah was 11. It talks about the children that play the whole of the ass. That's a poison snake. So the Lord gonna put the fear on those dangerous animals. Not to fuck with us. He's gonna put the fear on these other nations not to fuck with us.
So basically, you're saying we're gonna have the power of Adam and of Moses.
Right.
Again.
No.
Right? That type of order. He gave us the wisdom that He created all the humanity. We have that power, the hierarchy over the animals. So why would we be concerned about, in order to establish the earth, why would we be concerned about anybody coming up against us? So what's going to separate the Israelite man from the heathen man? There has to be something that separates us and puts us on a higher level.
And the heathen men are known as beasts. They live off instincts.
Right.
You know?
The natural. We're this high in a natural state, as Israelites, in a natural state. How much more will we become given the rid with us? That's all right.
I was gonna say somebody get
I don't want to jump over that. So you said something. You have that one I said.
So he's in Psalm 72, right? I want somebody to read down to where it says, I think it's verse 11. Read down to verse 11.
Like in Psalm 72, and we read 9 again. It says, "They that dwell in the wilderness shall bow before him, and his enemies shall lick the dust. The kings of Tarshish and of the isles shall bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba shall offer gifts. Yea, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him."
They all shall serve him. That means that they're going to worship him. They're going to be his servants and they're going to worship him. So they ain't even going to think to try to rise up and fight the Lord or his people. Because they're going to be busy serving him. They're going to know that, hey, this is the son of the most, this is the King of Kings here. We already saw what he did to the armies. We saw what he did to the nations already. Yeah, all your mighty men, everything that you had, that shit was already demolished when he came on the earth.
In Proverbs 29, when it says, the righteous are in authority, so the choice. Why would they, if they're living better than they're living now, why would they want to rise up again? To live bad again?
Yeah.
They're going to be living better than they've ever lived before.
And they're gonna remember that 1,000 years, so they're gonna, they're not gonna want to go back to that.
I don't want to go back to that.
I tell you, bro, it's gonna be hereditary fear, bro. It's gonna be in their genetics to fear us, man.
Yeah.
And they're going to be living so good. Why would you mess with the good things? You want us to come down and heaven first, a family in your land, or to let some wild beasts come through and kill all the people?
Yeah.
Why would you want that? Just do what you're supposed to do, and you'll be all right. Mounting up again. Let's go back. We came with the house the angels coming with lasers and chariots. They gonna build up sports again? What they gonna do? They're building up robots now for the type of technology that will come with, the angelic force will come with. What are they gonna have in that time?
That's like what makes the difference between them ruling and us ruling. They just have fear of the people right now. They're tyrants. They just, being treacherous throughout the earth. But it's gonna be a balance of fear, reverence, and respect for Yahweh Shai and his name that's gonna be ruling.
Because we're gonna rule justice on the city. Yeah, boy, right?
That was the point in Psalm 72.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, and verse 13. It says, moreover, by the means of birth, I shall obtain immortality and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. It says, horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do but hear of me. I shall be found good among the people, among the multitude, and valiant in war. So that they're worse, they're worse than the heathen. They're gonna fear at the name of the elect and Yahweh Shai. They're what, man? This is
If you don't know it, the last time we came out of Egypt, God was perfect about what happened in Egypt. And this is gonna proceed, like be higher and greater than that. So there should no more say how a limit that other children out of the land of Egypt. There shall be said, the Lord limit that brought the children out of the land of the north. If that was noised abroad, how much more is this gonna be noised abroad? He said this is the worst time that shall ever be or ever shall. Madness is there happening among the nation of people.
It's spiritual. Bug out.
And you can tell it's a different block over here.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
But why would they ever raise up again after as bad as this is about to be?
They didn't rise up against us until Solomon and David was long gone. But now, but in the kingdom, we're gonna have Yahweh Shai present. And they damn sure not about to come against us.
In the flesh. Yahweh Shai right there.
When it was just King David, they didn't want no problems. No smoke.
But what had to happen for us to go, they had that 40 years of peace. King David had to slay. With that garrisons in Edom,
But that's what Yahweh Shai is coming back
right.
to do. He's coming back to do exactly what David did.
Yeah.
On a way greater scale. Back in David's time, they still was fighting with bucklers and spears, shit like that. Yahweh Shai coming with the chariots. You know what I'm saying?
How do you say some manipulation? How you fight something like that? They act like you ain't watching these movies where they have the X-Men and different shit doing things that regular people can't. Magneto, what year is that? Early 2000s with the X-Men, when Magneto was doing shit to the armies. So look,
it is said that the elect are the battle axe and weapons of war, man.
Yeah, shall break in pieces the nation.
It's like that the serpents of Yahweh Shai have to correct like that. Hey, this dude is like, his oil is just pretty much gone.
The bread is so good, but the bread is so good now, bro.
Somebody would give me that 2 Samuel, King David, 2 Samuel 22. Somebody can start it like around maybe 33.
Go ahead.
It's 2 Samuel 22, 33. Let's start up, bro. Is 29. Says, for thou art my lamp, O Yahweh, and the power Yahweh will light my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop. By my power have I leaped over a wall. As for Yahweh, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. For who is power, save the Lord, Yahweh. And who is a rock, save our power, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect.
It is a prayer of deliverance by David. Praising the Most High for his deliverance. Delivering him through all those battles and finally getting those nations subdued under his feet.
That's a limo.
This is 34. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou,
Who in your congregation can do that? Who around here can do shit like that?
Let's say this. How many heathens can do that? Of the heathen that's supposed to know of, how many of them can do that? Let's say there's a few. But it's a few. Everybody can do that in far away. To even consider it.
But see, these are the things that David was able to do. But what did the prophecy in Zechariah say? We're going to be as like the angel. Yeah. As the Alahayim. There's nothing you can do with a force like that.
none. And when you read the chapter, the next chapter over, 23, it speaks about them slaying like tens of thousands in one flight, in one battle. And the other, I believe it was Eleazar, it said he was fighting so much and slew so many that he couldn't get his hands off his sword.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even in our perfection.
Right.
You know? That wasn't even in the first estate that we're going to get back. So imagine that, man. And we're not going to even have to use physical combat to fight, man. We can do it just all mental.
Well, that's the only place that this kingdom of heaven war is mentioned in the Bible. Can he show anywhere else that that's happening? No. Come on, bro. It wouldn't be heaven if you did.
I got one little precept.
Look at it, bro.
Joshua 23 and 10. One of you shall chase 1,000, for the Lord your power, it is that fighteth for you, as he has promised. So one Israelite man can chase 1,000. Put 1,000 in flight.
What do you say? One angel could how's it go? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not that you call that a legion of angels, but it's a one angel could how did it go?
Call down 12 legions of angels.
Basically being said that he can have one angel fuck the whole place up, basically.
Yeah, the angels are pure energy. They don't get tired. You know? Neither can you kill them. So if all Yahushua and the elect, get strong as angels, we're not gonna get tired. Can't kill us. Okay? So how the fuck these angels gonna rise up against us after hardcore bondage?
You got the angels that's bound, that's holding back the winds. Every time they have malfunctions in their nuclear arsenals, they're trying to test fire or launch a missile, or they get ready to activate it, and then when they try to do something goes wrong. Whether it gets intercepted or it gets deactivated or something to that effect. They always talk about a report that there being an extraterrestrial being
in the vicinity.
So Esau can't even, if he wanted to get his stuff off, he couldn't even do that without the approval of the Most High.
And they was doing that.
To be right there and stop the whole thing.
They was doing that back in the time of the Cold War. Yeah, you know, activating, deactivating missiles, knocking. They say Gaddafi shot off a missile, and the angels knocked that shit down. Like it ain't time.
It wasn't the time. So they got the power to do that. Like, come on, man. Somehow, some way, there's just gonna be just a time. The angels ain't gonna be on their job. The 144,000 is they're gonna be nowhere in sight. Yahweh Shai, he's gonna be nowhere in sight, and they're gonna have all this time to just gather together and put all these resources together and formulate this military, develop all these weapons, build all these weapons in our kingdom.
Yeah. We're gonna be on point for our kingdom.
I say all this because it sounds ridiculous. It's just to point out how ridiculous it really is. Every camp should be cussing you out or hearing some shit like that.
Right.
We shouldn't be the only ones getting on you about that. But of course, like always, right? They go great news, they go GMS, so on division in the nation.
So you can just teach whatever the fuck you want, but we all supposed to come together.
Right.
Come on, man. Simple ass niggas out there, man. Simple ass so-called heads of Israel out there. Teaching that bullshit, man. Right.
Back in 2 Samuel 22, this is verse 34. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setting me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel was broken by mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I pursued my enemies and destroyed them, and turned not again until I had consumed them. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea,
They cannot what?
that they could not arise. Yea,
So he weakened them to the point where they couldn't fight. David's army was too powerful. Plus, we had help from the heavens. So they got weakened so bad that they couldn't even put up a fight. They had to basically surrender themselves. Like all the nations right now, all the nations that got U.S. embassies in their land, that's because they surrendered to Babylon, their dominion. They know that they can't really fight with America, man. Esau sent out the troops and put in work on them, bullied the nations, and set up their garrisons, put up their embassies right over there. You know? But you think that they're gonna be able to do that to us? They didn't want to rise up against David when he was ruling. Because they couldn't, they was powerless. Once you've been defeated in war, that means what? You don't have any power. Your resources are no longer yours. Your people are captive. You know? You're now serving the nation that subdued you. Now you gotta worship their God, practice their culture, speak their language.
Yep.
Just like right now, we can't even put up a fight if we wanted to. Because we're powerless without Yahweh Shai. We ain't got no army.
They don't have a God that will come up and rescue them. You know?
At least them rats, they got a IDF. They got missile defense.
Yeah.
You know? Then they got protection from the beast. We don't have anything. That's why the Lord tell us to fear not, Jacob thou world. I will help thee. Wait ye upon me. We're dependent upon a higher power, not a carnal power. You know?
The scripture say that in Psalms, for I will not trust in my head, my soul saved.
Psalm 44.
Yeah.
Either will my bow save me? Yeah.
This is continuing. This is 2 Samuel 2. It's like 22 and 38. It's like 39. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet.
They're falling under my feet. Hold that. Go to somebody go to Psalms 110. Psalm 110 and start at the top.
Psalm 110. And one it says,
Oh yeah.
hold not thy peace. That's nice. Yep. And it says, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send.
But according to me, he's gonna make the enemies. They're gonna be up under his. They're gonna be up under his pinky toe. They're gonna be able to wiggle up from up under there and try to get free.
And twist a toe and
Yeah.
have us on,
Wiggle their way out.
Yeah. No, the Lord said, "Sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemy thy footstool."
All he did, and all that sound like when I was watching this, I was like, this is it's grown on so many levels. He's trying to extend the time of this captivity.
Yeah.
He's trying to push it further and further back.
Man, that's crazy.
Or make it seem like this. Or make it seem like this ain't the end.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. Why would you? Or is it the time we get rescued, but then that's still gotta happen? We ain't rescued. We gotta always worry that the heathen might rise up, or gonna rise up, confirming that they're gonna rise up. It don't make no damn sense, man. I was flabbergasted when I heard this. It says, verse 2, the Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth. The Lord Yahweh has sworn and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord is thy right hand, so we're going to be able to pray instantly if something come up. And then the Lord will respond as a priest,
And this talking about Yahweh.
Right.
He's gonna be that. He's the ultimate high priest
He's about to say right here.
after the order of Melchizedek. All right, and we're gonna be priests up under him. So these nations, they're gonna be too busy getting taught the law for them to even try to rise up against us. You know. We're gonna pretty much have control over their mind. Just like how Esau got control over our people's mind right now. He don't even have to do what he did in slavery. He just programmed them so that they never leave the plantation. It's gonna be no. It's not gonna be a big difference. Because we're gonna program them, but in righteousness.
Right.
And when they get in line, we're gonna execute judgment.
It says, can I back you up real quick?
Go ahead and then go.
Isaiah chapter 2, I'll start at verse 2. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the last days that the mountain of the Lord Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, the top government, of all governments. Right? It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of God, of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. We're talking about, right?
What verse?
And-
Oh, that's in Psalms.
no, this is,
I see it too. I see it too. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to read the 4th chapter in the GNT after you finish, bro.
It says, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will make in his, and he will make, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. He referenced the scripture, like they're going to beat them into plowshares, then go back and make them back into swords.
Yeah, later on.
Later on, we're going to sneak away and then start sharpening them to go against them. We done did this 1,000 years and it's been working. Now we're going to all of a sudden rise up. And we don't know, and it's in a prophecy, and we don't know the prophecy that they're going to try to do with it.
And then he said that we ain't gonna have walls in the kingdom.
So they gonna build.
That's why he quoted Ezekiel 38 about the unwalled villages.
This is we know.
Bro. But yet in Isaiah 60 it says that the stranger shall build up thy walls. Where the fuck? How are you conflicting the two? How are you doing that? That's because the spirit is not on you. Your oil literally poured out. That bag is soaked up that oil.
Yeah, man.
It done absorbed all that oil, man. Now you dry. Now you running dry. Saying all type of crazy shit, man. Because it makes no sense. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
All right.
It says that they shall not learn war anymore.
They're going to learn one more time.
I want to read that in the GNT real quick. Yeah, the same verse.
That means that, hold on, that means what? Like the smith that blew up the coals in the fire? They're not gonna learn it for that purpose. That scientists, they're not gonna use the elements and the resources to put it together to create weapons of war anymore. The Lord's gonna get rid of that whole philosophy, that whole way of thinking.
Yeah.
That's gonna be null and void in the kingdom.
For you that
The Lord created that smith was for the purpose of this time.
thank you.
Because he was going to create the sword so that he can destroy himself with it.
Right.
That was a snare that he created, that he thought that he was going to put on others, and he's going to fall into that snare that he made.
The pit that you dug for others, and then it says the stone that you rolled, that you on our head, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say in that movie Batman.
Also in Psalms 9, where it says they're snared in the works of their own hands.
Yep. Yep. I was going to mention in that movie Dark Knight Rises, when Bruce Wayne had built up that nuke for energy. If they built that technology, he said, I can't do it because the people are evil. Somebody's going to turn it into a weapon.
Right.
Well, they ain't going to think about it. If that technology runs out, if there's any the technology on Earth at that time, it's not going to be used for. It's going to be used what it should be used for, which is like energy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not even going to have access to it.
They don't need access to it. We got it.
Because we see what they do when they have access to it. They don't, they use it for evil. So why the hell would we let them get their hands back on some technology?
Here, hold this gun, like,
You know?
let me turn my back on it. It's low. Be careful. You gonna be
Yeah. This is the same verse, Isaiah 2 and 4 in the GNT. He will settle disputes among great nations. They will hammer their swords into plows and their spears into pruning knives. Nations will never again go to war. Never prepare for battle again.
No, you talking about that second time, bro. After the second time.
Come on, man.
World War IV. a war after the war that ends all war. No, he sound like it.
Yeah, so when they try to rise up against Israel, what war is that?
Yeah.
Where is that called? What is it called in the scriptures? Is it going to be a fourth war?
Yeah.
The Lord never said that. He never said whoa, 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 whoa. He said 3 woes. That was it. What the hell is he talking about?
Hey, the world knows that World War III is supposed to be the war that ends all wars.
Huh.
Everybody know that. But there's a war after that war. Hey, bro. It's you gotta laugh at people say that shit, man. Damn.
What else did he say that was off?
No, there's a lot of officers trying to make that one. But I keep reading Psalm 110. Verse 5, it says, the Lord Yahweh at his right hand shall strike you kings the day of his wrath. He shall judge.
That's the day of that, and he comes back and he's going to, like it says in Revelation 19, coming back on that white horse. And it says that that he's going to judge and make war. And it's going to be a wine press. And he's going to stomp, and he's going to trample.
12th verse say, he's going to have many crowns upon his head. For the king, yeah. When I crown, yeah.
Esau is going to have a secret council with these nations, right? Because we're going to let them out of
the pits.
We're going to let them out of the caves in Europe, right? Like back in the Dark Ages. It's going to happen again, and then they're going to just formulate something, and they're just going to briefly come back into power, briefly within the kingdom of heaven.
Well, I was like, really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That just dashes hope. That's
We got to worry again at some point. So we're going to be chilling all this time. We're going to be kicking back. 1,000
Perfect
years.
body.
Yeah.
Immortal.
Yeah.
all of a sudden.
All of a
Oh,
sudden.
shit, what is that, an army of nations? How did we miss this?
What we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
Well, hold on.
Man the battleships.
Now the fire's going to come down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, we got to get that part. Yeah. The fire's supposed to come down. Devour. And then we can go back to,
Back.
So the kingdom built up, they gonna try to mount up once it's built. If they're done working, on the off day finally.
Yeah.
And then they finally gonna try to war with us. Then we just gonna finish them off and no more heat.
They're gonna do this all in the midst of honoring the Sabbath, our high holy days, bringing us gold, all of that shit. How long it took to build King Solomon's temple in the kingdom? So how much more are ours? The king, like, we're gonna live here forever. So we're gonna be on other planets with these heathens, and they're gonna be.
What blew my mind, why everybody get up and walk out? That was blew my mind. Everybody get up. When he said, bro, what did he say?
Come on,
man.
When somebody said that, it sounded like they was in the building. I don't know if it was voiceover or what. I thought people were about to get up and walk out. I paused the video. Right there, I was like, oh, but there's 4 more minutes of this video.
was so much in that in the original video on their channel. Oh my goodness.
3 hours.
It's boring. It's boring.
What channel is that under? The IUI
IUIC
in the class.
Verse 6. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places of the dead with dead bodies.
And this is upon the Lord returning this time. And he comes back and judge and make war with these nations and destroy, totally decimate their lives.
Something else around. Something else is down around. If he said, the day of not struck, the next day, there will be no flesh after sin. We can't wait to get the power and the salvation at that second time. But after we get salvation and the power, after we have that, it's going to make sense. Two of these things are lining up.
Oh, you think Michael is going to let that shit pop out? We can't even get up about that, Michael.
Bro,
The angel of war.
Gabriel, the part of your ally, bro, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Don't my mind and set it. The congregation is still there. It says,
It's like the Christian church, bro. When the Christian pastor says something crazy and outlandish, people,
I need y'all to play for my
my private jet.
My private jet.
People-
Nobody left.
nobody left.
Stop digging in their pockets.
Yeah. Same thing as Christian church.
Right, bro. He said, he shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way, therefore shall he lift up the head.
So it says that he shall
Wound the heads of over many countries.
the head of me. Now go back to that in Second Samuel 22. Yeah. Because King David, he implied about how he wounded them to the fact that they couldn't even rise back up.
Yeah, this is 2 Samuel 22 and 38. I have pursued my enemies and destroyed them, and turned not again until I have consumed them. And I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet.
So just like the Yahweh Shai is going to do, that's how he's going to make them his footstool. Put them under his feet because he's going to wound them. All right? He's going to wound their heads over many countries. He's going to go from nation to nation. Like it says in Isaiah 66, like it says in Jeremiah 25, he'll come with his chariots like a whirlwind, with fire. You can flames of fire, and the slain of the Lord shall be many from one end of the earth even to the other. He gonna get rid of. That's gonna be him getting rid of their power. He's stripping them of their support system, which is the people that are built up under him. Your branches of government, your army, which your military is broken down into branches. He gonna wipe out every branch of your militaries.
Pride gonna be stripped from them.
All that pride, man.
Hey, the Lord said they shall no more learn war. You know, when they put in their weapons of war, putting hooks, and they're gonna switch their roles on the earth, man. They're no longer gonna be able to set up armies and go around the world and do horrible shit. That's over with.
Yeah.
The deadly room gonna be healed again.
Hey, and let me say this too real quick. So, according to Isaiah 14, where it says that basically when he gets brought down to the pit, everybody's gonna look upon him and say, "Is this the man?" They're gonna look at him with disgust. They're gonna look down upon him. So, what makes you think that after 1,000 years of him living like that, and all that dishonor and being under the curse, and all these people remembering how he did them and how he ruled over all the nations in anger with relentless tyranny, what makes you think they're gonna all of a sudden band up and be like, "No, what? No, let's get together with them
And let him lead.
and let him lead, so we can actually try to get back at the Israelites, so that we can have a shot back at power."
He's gonna return. He's gonna return to his base state. His how he's supposed to be. Like what it says in Job 30. You know, he did bring it. He brought that out.
Let's jump. Man, sit your ass down. You ain't no other nation gonna say that. Hell, but yeah, we can do it. It worked out well last time.
Yeah, Esau's gonna be despised.
Oh, listen,
Everybody.
He's despised right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
That
that's
shit's gonna carry into the kingdom.
the scripture says.
Even amongst
And
his.
Obadiah says, "Our ambassador sent unto you." Basically, let all the heathen rise up against thee in battle. So
Yeah.
they're already against you.
Yeah.
The
So
two.
why they're gonna all of a sudden
Go listen to you.
go listen
Right.
to you and join together with him after they didn't help to destroy him?
Right. The lower level Edomites is going to be at the elite's head because they what the shit that they got him in now that they gonna be in the kingdom. Right.
Yeah, mention mentioned
Two-time losers are Edomites.
mentioned in Deuteronomy 30 that the curses are going to be lifted off of Israel and put on the other nations. So you're saying the curse is going to be lifted off of the other nations for a period of time for them to come back in power. So the Lord going to bless them, bless them with the time, the intelligence to create weapons to come up
The
against them.
wisdom no more in Jesus. You ain't going there no more. You ain't gonna have no wisdom in Edom no more.
I have good read for what you mentioned the point. This is Sirach 10 and 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, which is evil, how much more in poverty?
That's Sirach 10. Read 8.
They don't have no respect.
8. Sirach 10 and 8.
All these nations gonna look
Kingdom
down.
translated.
You know, remember he gonna be in that state he was in when he was in the cave. It's gonna be like that even worse. He ain't gonna be all sanitized and groomed and speaking proper English, walking around with suits.
So we're gonna send him back to the Congress mountains. We're gonna send him back to that? We're gonna be in the White House. We're gonna send him back to that.
They're basically saying that we're gonna allow them to set themselves up
Yeah.
In our kingdom.
in our kingdom.
They're
Esau ain't he ain't let us set ourselves up.
they're not even going to possess their land anymore.
Right.
So
Right. We're gonna possess the land of Edom out here.
right.
We're gonna possess that land because they ain't gonna even be here.
Right.
That's wild.
This is Sirach 10 and 8. I'm starting at 3. Never. Jump down. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And then this is 8, jumping down. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Where does it say? I want to say it's in that same chapter where it says he has a kingdom today.
Oh, tomorrow shall
The city
shall
right
die.
now.
Get that. Read that verse.
Verse down, right? Verse it up.
I don't think it may not be so wrong.
Oh, it is.
It's 10, it's 10, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Sirach 10 and 10. It says,
39 seconds, right?
it's now in wise earth and ashes proud, there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such in one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth he casteth away his bowels. This is 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
Sit down in the dust.
Yeah.
There is no throne. He shall sit down. He shall narrowly look upon thee.
I got it. This Job 20.
So he's gonna basically, when he no longer has his dominion, it's gonna be like he's dead, just like these other nations, because they're not gonna have dominion either. You know. So they're gonna realize like, damn, you went from dominating all of us, calling all the shots, setting all the policies over the world, to now you're not even you're just insignificant. You're nothing now. You know. So you're gonna be joined with the dead. Because in that same chapter, Isaiah 14, it talks about he stirreth up the dead, even the chief of the rulers of the nations. That's what the dead is when it talks about in Revelation, and the dead live not again until after the 1,000 years. That's talking about the nations are finally going to be allowed to finally have their own land.
Because they're gonna go back with the laws that they learned
Under us.
and use it in their own land.
Exactly. That way the earth is going to be what?
Yeah.
It's going to be a new heaven and new earth where dwell righteousness.
The earth is going to yield its strength.
Yeah.
You know? Return back to paradise.
I didn't know. It's Job 5 and 5. It's like Job 20 and 5. It's like 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have
That word forever again.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and he shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Oh. That's fucked up. That's crafty. That's a little snake. I used to have hope you could have dream you had, but now, how do you, what he's trying to say is that Obadiah moment is going to come after that 1,000 years. Right. But they got to mount up. They got to deserve it. They got to mount up and try to fight.
One last time.
One last time. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Add to it. That's some bullshit. Come on, man. I hope you won that. We done read 30 scriptures already. But they ain't going, the heathen ain't going to test them. That's how it's not shows up.
I got something.
Is spot says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we just know that Esau was set up for a purpose. By the time the kingdom is established, he will already have fulfilled his purpose.
After he works to build up the kingdom, he don't have to
After that, he's done. And also to show that his whole entire premise is null and void. When Obadiah 1 and 18 happens, it says that Judah and Ephraim, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, somebody go to.
Shall be a flame and yeah, go with it.
I'm going to start at 17, Obadiah 17. But Jerusalem will be a refuge for those who escape. It will be a holy place, and the people of Israel will come back to proclaim their inheritance. Now there's the point. 18. The people of Israel will be a raging fire, and Edom a field of dry stubble. The descendants of Joseph will be a flame roaring across the field, devouring everything. There will be no survivors in Edom. I, the Lord, have spoken.
He made a different translation.
Yeah.
So but that's telling you that we gonna be the physical weapon of war that's gonna take the Edomites out.
Right.
He reads Revelation 20 where it talks about God is gonna. Somebody go to that, man. Revelation 20.
Yep.
Like around 8 or 9.
People gotta realize when you read Revelations, you gotta have a certain level of understanding.
When we started at 4, I said, it jumps.
It jumps,
It jumps and then it comes back.
Right. Yeah.
It's not just.
It's amazing.
It's just after 1,000 years, and then it's just going to continue to just progress the way you read it. No, it jumps in time periods.
It flashes back.
It flashes back, then it comes back.
Amos 3 and 7.
Yeah, the secret,
Yeah.
the most I revealed the secrets to the servants of prophet.
That's a secret right there, because it's a puzzle.
You gotta put that together.
Someone got it?
28. There's Revelations chapter 20 and verse 8. Oh, you know what? And when the 1,000 years were years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Now you gotta be wearing the Israelite groups. You're talking about the dark ages. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
That happened. You know,
It already happened.
it already happened.
Yeah, it started with the Ottoman Empire going into the Renaissance. That's when he was loosed. And it was
After
the
the
birth.
deadly wound was healed.
The deadly wound was healed was the rebirth of the Roman Empire. And they ruled for a season, which we're at the end of that time. All right?
I got down to 2 more.
Huh.
It shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. God,
That's not exactly. When did he ever reach to the 4 corners of the earth? He knew most of the known world, but now he's reached the whole 4
Right.
corners of the earth. And the last chunk he's trying to get in the Middle East now.
And that lets you know, like you said, it's talking about these times or after that 1,000 years, because the Grecians, they only went as far as the known world. So same thing with the Romans. They didn't go to this side. They didn't go to, far East Asia.
Exactly.
continuing,
Get the
it
script I
shall
sent
go
you.
out
Get the script I sent you.
to deceive
Daniel 7.
the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog.
It's like one more point. You know how he can see the nations with his technology now. Technology in his television.
Yep.
Okay, that's how he deceived. He showed everybody them bombs going on. And everybody was like, oh shit, he can do that. It scared everybody from fucking up. Because how would they know that that happened in Japan if he didn't show them?
Yeah.
You know? So he deceived a lot of nations. And, I mean, this goes deeper than that.
And you think about it,
Sorceries,
Yeah,
all
that's what I'm saying. It goes deeper than that.
enchantments.
You know?
but you think about that incident with the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. If you're in war, you're not like, oh, let me record this.
Yeah.
You're fighting. Like, okay, we're gonna drop this bomb. Let's drop it. We're not like, okay, go. Let's take a picture. Like, cause like he did that to deceive the nation, to show the world, to put the world in fear. But you got it.
It says, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. The number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
Yeah, because it's going to be that final war that's going to be fought, which Gog and Magog is going to be a part of that war. That's the Russians. And they're going to have their military, and they're going to be allied. Which we're seeing that actually happen in real time. You got Turkey coming out, which represents Gomer. They're basically voicing their disapproval of what the Israeli government is doing. They're pretty much insinuating, if y'all don't stop, we gonna step in this war. So whose side they're gonna be taking? They're gonna be taking on Russia's side. Russia is part of the reason why there's even peace between them over there in Syria. All them Arab nations getting stirred up against the rats over there. But Russia being a guard over there. That's happening now. That's Ezekiel 38. How could you see these things unraveling the way the prophecy say? But you said, oh, that happens 1,000 years after. What the hell are you talking about? And that's similar to the false doctrine. He tried to justify how we wasn't going to have the names until the kingdom be established. Where he basically said that he read Zephaniah 3 and 8, where it talks about how he's gonna gather the nations, where he's gonna pour upon them his indignation, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey. And then it says in the next verse, then shall you then will I return upon you a pure language, you shall call upon me with one consent. He tried to say that, well, that's going to be in the kingdom. No. That's actually happening now. That's why we're able to call upon the name now. Because right in the time where the Lord is get ready to bring these nations to judgment, his people are going to also be getting gathered and waking up. The Lord's going to put the breath back into them, put that moisture back in those dry bones. You know, that's what's happening now. It's all simultaneous. The Lord is causing the message of the gospel to be preached among all the nations before the end comes, while He's also gathering the nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat. But you let Nate tell it, the Lord's prolonging all of that. Because you know He wanted to enjoy that bag, that's why.
That's what I'm saying, exactly why.
He ain't ready for this to end.
In an old video, what the apostles did like maybe 8 years ago, they get in on Nate's ass talking about, this is back then, talking about, well, we may be here, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
But that was his mind state back then.
He wants to continue, he wants this to continue so he could continue to live comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He got that
bag. He settled on his lease.
Back then, he got that letter saying, yeah, come on down to the police academy and get trained.
Right.
But now, he got the big bag. Now
he might have horses now.
He got short fur coats and horses riding.
If we make it to the next Passover, I can only imagine that nigga gonna have he may try to have a makeshift chariot or something,
Magic carpet.
Yeah, magic carpet. Oh, yeah, like they do in the nigga church, Christian church, yeah. with the harness on you and come down.
Yeah, it's no wonder why this fool was denouncing Jacob's trouble at one point until we got him. Because he's trying to push off the day of the Lord, man.
Money's a cold thing, man. Money's a cold thing. Why do you think the Lord made sure? And the thing, I don't want to take it to subject, but that's to make a point of. That's why the scriptures go into about him having money. It's easier for camel to pass through eyes of needle for a rich man to enter to the kingdom of heaven, because man, it's no corruption.
Hey,
I'm trying to take care of that.
The account of Yahweh Shai, then it said, I've done all these things. Yahweh Shai basically said, he basically cast off all the riches you have, and then followed me, and he wasn't able to do it.
Exactly. If you come into the bag, you'll see the truth, bro. It's going to get up.
They got that Black Wall Street spirit. We're gonna build up this. We're gonna have this. Have Israelite communities, and
And Apocrypha is saying the Most High is honored of the lowly, which means, if you got that level of money and success, and whatever, you're gonna be too caught up in yourself. You're not gonna be clear with the praises and praying to Yahweh Shai. Now, if there's a brother out there that do have some kind of money or substance, it's just because the Lord see that man faith.
And nobody got enough to where they got abundance. Like they ain't got bills to go.
and they call us bums. Well, shit. Give us some of that money, then, Nate. Spread it around.
Spread the wealth.
Yeah, spread the wealth.
So we ain't gotta go to work.
Right.
So we can just preach the Lord, bro. Somebody will
Back in Revelation.
Oh no, hell no.
Revelation 20 and I think he read 8, so he had 9.
Back to Revelation 20 and 9. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about. And the beloved city, and fire came down from Yahweh out of heaven and devoured them.
But see, I thought, according to Obadiah 18, that the Israelites were going to devour the Edomites. Well, in this account, they're saying that fire came down from heaven and devoured them. So which one is it? Is the fire just going to come down from heaven and devour them? Or is what the brother just read in Obadiah 18? How is that going to, which one is it?
And what's easy to understand for us that we don't be the fire as you read, right? fire and flame and burn them up. That makes a lot more sense. I like that better, by the way.
That's why, what's that?
I got it. And it says in the Apocrypha, things that make my heart glad, he that sees the fall of his enemies. Hey, we get the beat on part of that, don't get better. How's that line up there for fire out of nowhere just gonna have to happen? You know, we have to put our foot on the next spine.
To land back off what you're saying, that's what Isaiah 41 say when it say, I will make thee a sharp threshing instrument. Yeah,
How
have
these
it
gonna work? It's a random fire. It's not random, but you know what I'm saying? The fire don't come from that. Just do this. We don't get to be right there.
It's one thing to witness that, it's another thing to be a part of it. Be the downfall.
Hey, it's good for watching the NBA at the stands, but if I was recording, doing it, dunking on people, but you know, actually step out there, that's different. It's a different experience.
Yeah, you're a player versus a witness.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Participants.
We want that. We want that. First person experience, kind of.
Verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone.
So it's going to be a lake of fire here in America in this time, and then in Jerusalem, 1,000 years into the kingdom, it's going to be another fire and brimstone.
And it's not going to fuck up the kingdom.
Right.
It's just the people. And who's going to clean that mess?
So how long that's what got to go on. We won't even be able to be in our kingdom. We gonna be able to rest through that shit, man? I thought we supposed to be up praising the Lord upon our beds and shit.
Yeah. We're supposed to have peace of mind. How we got a real peace of mind where, damn, it's the year 999. Oh shit! They've been plotting.
Y'all see that video Snoop was talking about Tupac said, I had to talk about that. I think Corrupt beating the freestyle or something. Tupac and freestyle or something, so it was bad. So he was like, I had an outlaw beat you up. And they go like, what the fuck are I supposed to be doing while you doing that?
Yeah.
Right?
I saw that.
What the fuck we supposed to be doing while they doing that?
Right.
We just gonna be waiting. Oh shit, they're ready. We're just supposed to just let them. The moment they start building some shit, nobody gonna come and kick that down or whoop no ass.
What does Esau do in this society when someone, I don't want to even put that out there, but someone starts to do something,
Right.
they kick in the door and say, hey, you know,
Cut that shit out.
right,
Send an agent to
Right.
Best believe it's gonna be some snitches among the other nations. They're gonna tell us way before. If that shouldn't happen,
There's
that's
only
not a prophecy.
Yeah, the only way these other nations can get power is outside. And I will give it to them.
the only reason he gives them power is when he turned his back on us. We're gonna be in the kingdom. We're gonna have we're gonna be in the second covenant. So
Even the brother mentioned earlier about how the curses are going to be put on the nations. One of the curses was when our children be sold into another people, we won't be able to recover them because there won't be no might in our land. Now, how you think you're going to do anything with no power? The power is you have no might in your hand. Even if you know that you're being dominated by another nation, but you can't do nothing about it. You're going to be just as powerless as we were when we first came in slavery.
yeah,
Like you get your family sold to another plantation, all you can do is just cry and beg. You don't even know where they took them.
you'll never see him again.
You'll never see them again. You're not going to put up no fight. You didn't have no gun, right? Esau had the power of the sword. That's how he dominated.
When thou hast dominion,
Once you have no dominion, you don't have any power. So you don't have a military, you don't have weapons.
And
Is
not
Esau gonna have a navy fleet in the kingdom? He gonna still have a couple missile defense systems somewhere. He gonna have a couple nuclear submarines hidden somewhere near a sea somewhere in the Mediterranean or in the Baltic Sea or something. And they gonna wait 1,000 years before they use it again.
Better use it on this chance.
And we're gonna know that we have 1,000 years to prepare
That's a prophecy, bro.
for that day. We're gonna prepare for that day, you know.
they're prepared for war, yo. You have to have a mental capacity to be able to, you know, get up and train, and you gotta have, like the brother said, you gotta have might. You have to. They're gonna be so broken spiritually, like they're not gonna like, man, what, fight them, man? Hell no. You know what I mean? They be like, who? Yeah.
That was like a silly breakdown of that, you know.
I was wondering why nobody laughed, nobody fell up.
Like, bro, that's too awful.
Man, he may take that shit down.
They'll take that shit.
He ain't gonna take that.
He getting shit got 40,000 views.
We took over like 2,000 views, laughing at the I got something.
I wonder what's worse, this or Sakari teaching that we're gonna still be able to die after 1,000 years in the kingdom. I think that might take the cake.
Yeah, that's where
That might take the cake.
Legally still, you know.
Sakari said we're gonna die in the kingdom, you know, at 1,000 years.
We're gonna be translated after 1,000 years.
Back to what?
Terrestrial friend. When it's extraterrestrial, you gotta go back.
Yeah, it's gonna be taken away.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse, I'll start at verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the part of the center of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of the that following? Is it two of these that's supposed to happen? It says, and he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's head fell first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Another question asked down now.
Yeah,
That just shows you a major break in rulership from the heathen ruler until the kingdom of heaven forever will Jacob rule. That was what that signified. Then he hold on to the pinky, and then he grabbed his wrist back. Like, there's none of that in there. I'm being facetious. Right. I'm being facetious. But this is such a comical breakdown. That's what you want to call it, that you can't take it seriously.
He even said Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what blew me I was away. Like, wow, because he was always saying Christ, but he just come out with the straight J name.
You must have demons all the way on. Man, you must got that new following or something out of the church. Also, got a couple of other ones. Luke 19, verse 27. Yep. It said, But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. So who's going to bring them before him? And they ain't going to say they won't. I think they're trying to round up. They can build a weapons and shit. Like, they done got a pile of rocks going. You know, they ain't gonna say nothing. So before they bring these scriptures, and I'm being funny, like, you know, when a lot of these scriptures don't come to mind to the rest of the congregation, like, what about no hand went up to say, hey, what about want to say this.
We're gonna be too intelligent to allow some shit like that, man. We're gonna have too much intelligence, and we ain't gonna need the technology to even detect this shit. Like Esau, he got all type of intelligence.
Can look into phones and all that shit and
Yeah. Like the Israeli defense force, they got this is what gave away this whole Hamas thing.
Yeah.
They got the intelligence that if somebody was, if a damn rat or a damn roach was to crawl past the border, that it would trigger your system.
kind.
It would shoot down whatever just came through.
They came in parachutes.
They flew over and then parachuted down. They kidnapped people and left.
It's called a Duty response.
Bro. And no dumbass people believe it. They did that with what's his name? Osama bin Laden. You can't do it to them. They're the only one with this first world technology. And the third world will just come in with that third world technology of that, what you would call it, and do some shit like that.
Somebody get Isaiah 60 and 19. Oh, and another
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Daniel chapter 2 and verse I'm gonna start at 32 or 31. Daniel 2 and 31. Thou, O king, saw a great image, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. The image's head was of fine gold, which is the Babylonians. They had their time to rule. His breast and his arms were silver, which was the Persians, medieval Persian Empire. His belly and his thighs were brass. Greeks. His legs of iron, right, which is the Romans, you know. His feet part of iron and part of clay, which is today, which is the NATO, the EU, America. You know, you have some parts, that's iron. Some parts that's it's iron. They have a strong economy. The Germans are pretty strong. Clay, which is the weaker economies in the European Union. The weaker countries. Yeah, Greece.
That's why they used to have all those protests and shit.
Fake freezes. Shut down.
France bugging out. And break them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth.
Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Our Lord, man. He gonna put an end to this whole shit. Esau ain't got nothing after that, man. Curtains closed. Okay? Roll the credits, man. That's the end of that's the end of the movie for Edom. It continues for us, but that's the end for him.
Esau, exactly. The end of the movie, they start cutting, and then they kind of show scenes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be us chilling and laughing and shit after that. Just know that this, and what is that? The fairy tale, like Cinderella and shit. Forever and ever, and whatever. That's what happens, man. Look at this.
Happily ever after.
Happily ever after. And they live happily ever after.
But
That's
no,
what happens.
but according to Nate, in this movie,
One more.
it's one more scene after the ending credits.
The killer gotta come to life one more time.
It's another movie, bro.
It's gonna be a part 2.
Yeah.
The sequel.
We gotta worry about a part 2 now.
The rise of the Edomites again.
Rise of the Edomites.
Edomites rise one last time. It's really
Planet of the Edomites.
it's really like the killer in the movie that comes back one more time. Killing,
Yeah.
get the head, forehead shot. He really did that. Come on, bro. You didn't have to wear that.
Edomite rise from the ashes.
Jake came up with this, bro.
Yeah. They'll be saying after they get burned up, it's one Edomite that lived that come back and bring the nation back and some shit. One Edomite climbed out of the dust. You know.
I don't know. I don't think they want Esau to go, man. So
No.
it's weird to
The niggas eating too good over there, man.
Esau feed them somewhere else.
You know what? If you go down, the economy go down, and money go down, and that bag is empty, man. With all your oil in it.
Hey, they gonna come looking after your ass. They gonna come looking for you like the Christian church gonna come look for the Creflo Dollars, Joe Osteens. They gonna come find your ass, Nate.
How you let this happen?
We didn't forget about his with his Underground Railroad he was speaking of, remember? Like this dude got a laundry list of bullshit that he's been pushing. Underground Railroads.
The whole time. Since he did that Yahweh breakdown, he been bullshitting after that. The whole time. Don't get me wrong, this is, you gotta know, I don't know the
Is it-
point of this. Maybe I'll just do a video, but just make it real quick. You gotta know that there's other Israelite groups that are selling for certain things. The groups are just set up to pull you from the church into the Hebrew Israelite thing. But once you get here and you learn the basics from them, you gotta move on.
Yeah.
You guys gotta move on, man. Like, you're not supposed to stay with nobody like that. It's cool, you heard it, you woke up. Ain't faithful to a nigga that's talking about the Edomites gonna rise one more time in the kingdom of heaven, bro.
Well, if they're not, if they're of the elect, they're gonna get away.
Right.
They're not gonna stick around. Just like some of these dudes that's teaching the ridiculousness, the MOTB doctrine that they teaching. Certain dudes are like, they listening to us and hearing them, and they like, yeah, these guys ain't making no sense. I'm gonna get from around it. That's happening.
It's still happening, huh?
Yeah. And then they heard us getting on them about that incident in Chicago. Some of them were probably like, yeah, the brother's probably right. If something like this happens again, it could go wrong next time.
Real bad.
Real bad. Maybe that's the spirit of the Lord on those brothers, man. We're gonna check and see what they talking about. And then around that time, we hear about one body in Yahushua getting put to death. The same day he tried to seduce a brother to stop following Great Wisdom. Well, some of them dudes, they're gonna start to see certain shit, and they're gonna be like, yeah.
The one scoffer, the never,
Oh yeah, Christian shit.
It's not that we just pray, I'm gonna say it like that. It's not that we just see these signs, and they're not necessarily for you people. These are signs about what's going on. These are actual signs. You get to see that the Lord is trying to point you in the proper direction. Okay? Away from these other groups. Okay, he brought you to these groups to wake up, to get the child's play out of you. Once you grow up from that, time to move on.
And them guys gotta have some courage, man. Shit.
Stop being faithful be faithful to Yahweh.
Right.
We're not even saying, the apostles told us, man, if we off, tell us. Show us and let them,
Look it up. They say look it up yourself.
That's part of that, right? So if anything's off, it'll be, we'll go through it and figure it out. But when these guys are off, like Captain said, right? It's the beginning of where it started, and I'm going to go to the end. But the dude is off.
Shit.
You're being faithful to the wrong thing. You're being faithful to man and not to the Most High.
So Rock 4 and 22. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. I'll read it again. It says, Sirach 4:22, accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall.
Exactly, bro. These guys are just thinking straight. They led you to, they guided you through the spirit to wake up to this thing, which is right. But where they gonna lead you at if you stay with them? It's like getting a hitchhiker with somebody, and they're going to where you're going, and then they gonna make a turn, but you don't get out. You need to keep going straight, but they about to make a turn, and you don't get out right then. On the turn, you follow them to wherever the hell they go.
Yeah.
You ask somebody for direction, and they know where to, you know, where to look at. It's like they know where you're trying to go. They know the destination. They tell you to go all the way this way.
Wrong way.
That person is against your soul, and you mislead the Lord's people. The scriptures say, take heed unto yourself and unto the flock. By the Most High peace roads.
Yeah.
They feel it.
That's a lot of blood.
A lot.
Like they don't got no fear about that. That judgment is going to just be harsher for you.
It's like, imagine if you know, if you're sincere, if you taught something that was off, brothers go take the video down, brothers make follow-up videos. Oh, I went off on this. I seen that happen. You know, this guy, he ain't gonna do that because he really doesn't sincerely care about the flock.
Whatever you said, 2,000, no, 40,000.
40,400 views, bro. And you got people in the comments just giving this guy all type of praise. The Black Messiah. That's what they said in the comments.
Black Messiah.
That's what some nigga called him. Black Messiah. In the comments of that video.
Well, hey, that's good. I'm glad that they see if they see him as that, then that proves Yahushua's point. That there's going to be false messiahs in the last days that shall be risen and that shall deceive me.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that movie. I almost forgot. Y'all Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
When that about it informed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch this.
Fred Hampton. The spy, the agent that was infiltrated.
Bill, what's his name?
William O'Neill.
William O'Neill.
This is scripture where it says, basically, be wary of nations who will you, so did they into the false prophet.
So false prophet.
Right.
This is Ezekiel 14. Ezekiel 14, 7. It says, for every one of the house of Israel or of the stranger that sojourned in Israel which separated himself from me and set up his idols in his heart, and put a stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and come to a prophet to inquire of him and concerning me, I the Lord will answer him by myself. And I will set my face against that man, and will make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and you shall know that I am the Lord. And if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I the Lord have deceived that prophet. And I will stretch up my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
So at the end of the day, we know, Nate was being a false prophet because the Lord made him be a false prophet. Made him to deceive his followers. You know, it's ultimately the Most High doing it. It was Son Yahushua. So at the end of the day, we know this.
Yeah. And then and one of the real lessons in this stuff that the congregation is supposed to wake up and be and separate themselves from it, and the discernment should become strong.
Yeah, fear.
And the fear should become strong. Yeah.
So yeah. So the punishment that's on you is going to be even upon all your followers. Yeah.
Matthew 15:14. The blind
Shall leave the blind, and the blind shall lead the blind, and both shall fall into the ditch.
I don't let him go on.
Matthew 15 and
14?
14 or 15?
15, 14.
15, 14. Okay. God. NIV, yeah.
Yeah, read all the verse also.
Okay. Time is done. NLT,
Yep.
Matthew 15, and start at 13. Is that fine? Yeah, God. Yahushua replied, "Every plant not planted by my heavenly Father will be uprooted.
Yes.
So ignore them. They are blocked."
In other words, if the Lord called you into this thing, if you're not of the elect, there's something that's going to uproot you. And you're going to wither away. Whether it's by a seducing spirit, coming with doctrine of devils, you know, a false prophet, false teacher, misleading you, leading you astray, causing you to err away from the true understanding. That means that the Lord didn't really punch you. You know? Because you're not part of, you're not part of that foundation. All right? Go ahead.
So ignore them. They are blind guides leading the blind.
Yep.
And if one blind person guides another, they will both fall into a ditch.
That's it. And we know we believe he's not blind in the sense of he doesn't really know the real great
Of not knowing.
of not knowing it. He does know the truth. That bag is what's making him act like he's blind.
That's the worst type.
And that's terrible.
You can't trust nobody. It's not sincere. It's fake.
It's not, like they say, ignorance is bliss.
Somebody get Exodus 23 and 8 in the NLT. Get that one.
They got it.
Yep.
This Exodus 23 and 8 in the NLT says, "Take no bribes, for a bribe makes you ignore something that you clearly see. A bribe makes even a righteous person twist the truth."
What did he say? That's not the time now.
Right.
Why would you lead people away from the fear of the Lord?
What was that, bro? Exodus?
23 and
This is the time now. He's going to, was it Ezekiel you said?
Yeah.
Why would you say
They're
that?
talking about now. The dumb, stupid black Hebrew Israelites teach.
Why would he say that? It's like, bro, we know why he said it, but like, so you calling yourself a black Hebrew Israelite, dummy? You know when that's a code word.
Not a black
I know, yeah, but
You'll never come out and say great millstone. Just come out and say it.
It's not with that pussy, passive aggressive, subliminal shit, man. All name names.
You gotta say that because you know they're gonna watch it. They're gonna watch it. You know his congregation tuned in.
Hey, but you know, he ain't even really gotta call us out. Because all that's gonna happen is when he say something wrong, when he go up on the doctrine, we gonna catch it anyway, and we still gonna get him. That's just, you know, he ain't even gotta call us by name. Just go off.
On that possible like, soon as we close out camp, we turn him on.
Yeah.
We turn him on and hear what he gonna say. Give us something every
He mentioned that Apostle Kahar. He originally said, I ain't even gonna jump on it. Like basically saying, like, I ain't even gonna deal with it.
oh,
But the Apostle Rambla was like, no, I already know he gonna get on it anyway.
oh, Apostle Har.
Apostle
Oh
Tahar,
yeah,
he
you
gonna
already.
He gonna touch on it, you know, because we got that fire, man. Like Jeremiah, you know, he said that the word was in his mouth like as a fire, man.
And these people, and the people, was it, my words were fire, and people stubble, or something like that. People would, yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't help it. The fire, the word was in him. It was burning in him. So yeah, man, we hear that, we ain't gonna hold back either, man. Go off. We ain't even begin to touch on the other side of what you were saying, talking about how the 2/3 are not gonna come back at all after the 1,000 years. You out your mind. So the elect are just gonna be in the kingdom Ain't gonna be no marriage, no nothing going
We
on.
gotta wait.
We gotta wait.
Y'all
Bugged out.
forgot about that.
So where are the rest of the? Because we're as the center of the seat. There's gonna be with many more Israelites that perish than those that be saved. So you telling me the majority of Israel, where are they gonna be during this time then? For those 1,000 years. You telling me there's gonna be heathens within that 1,000-year period being servants and helping to build up the kingdom, but the 2/3 gonna be what in a spiritual realm, or they're gonna be in some place of torment? Where are they gonna be? They're gonna be in some secret corner pocket somewhere where their spirits are just dwelling, waiting for that 1,000-year period to pass, so that they can come back. What are you talking about?
Right.
What about in Isaiah 11 where we were talking about it earlier?
Child.
A child playing with poisonous snakes and leading a wolf or you know,
Well,
leading wild animals.
to show you
Where
another.
are those children going to be coming from?
Yeah.
What about in Zechariah 8 where it talks about the children going to play safely in the streets? Yeah.
The animals are even going to be in harmony with each other.
Yeah.
You know, so everyone's, what are they, herbivores?
The ox shall,
Yeah. Yeah.
The wolf and the lamb.
Wolf and the lamb. So it's not going to be even war amongst the animals. They're going to be, so how much more the people? Right?
That's like you saw animals devouring us.
Mhm.
That human, that blood, that flesh.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked with
Give me Isaiah 60 and I did call for Isaiah 60 and 18 earlier. But also at the end of that chapter. We're going to start at
Excuse me.
This Isaiah 60 and 18 says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land. Wasting.
Hold on. Why they shall not be heard in the words of God.
So they didn't learn, they didn't mourn for 1,000 years, but they're supposed to come back ready. They ain't trained, they ain't practiced. None of that is going to come ready.
It's a complete contradiction. These different prophecies we're bringing out versus what he's teaching is a complete contradiction. So who's wrong, you or the Lord? Let the Most High be true and every man a liar.
It says, wasting no destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy wall salvation.
But yet, Gog and Magog is supposed to come into the wall of unwalled villages and then try to invade us one more time. According to Nate. But right here, this is the gospel, this is prophecy. We're not going to worry about having to deal with war,
Give me one of
violence,
them crutches.
nations trying to invade, intrude on our land and try to go into the. We ain't even have a temple, so they can't even run into a physical temple and steal anything. They're in the same chapter, the nations will have already brought their riches into the land through the gates. But they're gonna fight and try to rise up and then try to take it back.
Says, but thou shalt call thy wall salvation.
Wait, the walls? I thought we weren't gonna have no walls. We weren't supposed to have no walls according to me.
It said our gates will be open. It said we wouldn't have walls and gates. Open.
Yeah, they know who we are. They know who we are.
Yeah. You gonna get his ass lit up.
Hell yeah. Hey, they saw the Palestinians get there.
Yeah. Get your ass lit up, man.
says, but thou shalt call thy wall salvation, and thy gates praise. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee.
That's not saying that we're not going to have a moon or a sun.
This is what something
It's using parabolic. Right? He's talking about the light, which is basically our wisdom. The light is going to shine amongst us. We're not going to be in darkness anymore. All right? Because we're going to have the law, statutes, commandments written into us. So we're going to be literally the light of the world. All right? That's why a nation is going to flow to us, because we're going to be a light. Them devils over there at the light, pure darkness over there, man.
It says, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light. And thy power, Yahweh shall shine thy glory. The sun shall no more go down. Neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. For the Lord shall be mine everlasting light. And the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous.
We're all going to be righteous because of the new covenant. All the people of Israel. So that means we're not going to sin.
They didn't have that.
And if we're not going to sin, that means no more curse.
I don't think so.
No more death. That means these nations are going to know, like we read earlier, Judah, they're going to know that our Lord is going to be with us. So it's no point in trying to rise up and fight them when we know that their Lord is going to come in and fight for them. You know?
It says, thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands.
That's that great with a cluster. The Lord planted them. Okay? It talks about in Isaiah 65 about that cluster, that choices of mine that's going to inherit Jerusalem. See another children.
now living well
Oh, I see. I think I see. Like a star? Look like a star.
second window,
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. Maybe.
that's up there, bro. That's up there.
If it moves, it could be a star or it could be a cherub. Well, go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 60 and 21. Thy people also shall all be righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000,
Wait, a little one.
shall become 1,000.
Oh, that's
So what does that mean? He gonna be fruitful and multiply. So it's gonna be children in the kingdom
Yeah.
during the first dominion, the first resurrection.
Man, you think about it in one
multiplication.
in 1 year, how many Israelite babies are going to be born? An Israelite man is going to have multiple wives. We could have, from 10 to 1,000 wives, and then all of them could be pregnant at the same time. One man, maybe more. Right? Come on.
Babies are going to be moving.
There's a brother posted out. There's a section in Brazil where there's a shortage of men, and it's a bunch of women that are desperate for husbands. I'm pretty sure there's like places like that in different places of the world, man, waiting for
Hey. Brothers like,
men of
hey,
the Lord.
they got a camp down there.
I'll go to sacrifice and I'll go set it up.
You said the camp up over there.
Yeah, he said his name was Spanish. I didn't know what it was. I would say it. You have the name. Or if you have the name it already.
Yeah, man.
He said that the men died in trees. Is that the same one?
No, that's a different one. That's different.
He's like, no, and no, they're not kings.
That one is in the, I'm thinking that, the Amazon up there.
Yeah. And they like 8s. Not 10, they're like 8s. The Brazilian 8s. Which is like still solid. You know?
Yeah,
From the picture, it was a picture like 10 out of 11. Still on the side. Yeah.
So this ain't gonna be until after the 1,000 years. No, this is gonna be when we're established back in the Holy Land. The Lord said He's gonna multiply all the house of Israel, even all of it. We're so in Ezekiel 36. So that makes sense. Yeah, a little one shall become 1,000. Because we're gonna multiply. We gotta bring back all those Israelites that died on this side. They're gonna have to come back. And they're gonna come back through the offspring of the remnant.
They were saying the sea that's down in the place.
No, it's no different than when Noah replenished the earth after the flood for his sons.
Yeah.
You know, that's how the sons of God came back through Noah's loins, through Shem, through who we have. That you could read that line. Our facts.
Our facts, yeah.
And Peleg.
Line.
Yes.
It's clear. Blessing went through that line as
They
well.
came back. So come on, man.
I got some.
Oh, somebody get Psalm 127.
This is Tobit 13 and 9, read it down. It's in the kingdom, right? O Jerusalem, the holy city, He will scourge thee for thy children's work, and will have mercy again on the sons of the righteous. Give praise to the Lord, for He is good, and praise the everlasting King, that His tabernacle may be builded in thee again with joy, and let Him make joyful there in thee and those that are captives, and love in thee forever those that are miserable. Many nations shall come from far to name of the Lord, power with gifts in their hands, even gifts to the King of heaven. All generations shall praise thee with great joy. Cursed are all they which hate thee, and blessed shall all be which love thee forever. Rejoice and be glad for the children of the just, for they shall be gathered together and shall bless the Lord of the just. Oh, blessed are they which love thee, for they shall rejoice in thy peace. Blessed are they which have been sorrowful for all thy scourges, for they shall rejoice for thee. When they have seen all thy glory, they shall be glad forever. Let my soul bless Yahweh, the great King. For Jerusalem shall be built up with sapphires and emeralds and precious stones. Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold. And the streets.
I thought we weren't supposed to have walls.
Thy walls and towers and battlements with pure gold.
This is within that 1,000-year reign.
It doesn't Revelation say 12 gates?
Yeah.
So
the 12 nations.
right.
Tribes.
Right.
And the streets of Jerusalem shall be paved with beryl and carbuncle and stones of Ophir. And all her streets shall say hallelujah, and they shall praise him, saying, Blessed be Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, which has extolled it forever.
That's plain. And that's also in Revelation, the 21st chapter. You know? we saw the vision of the kingdom and it being paved with gold, and being built up with all types of precious stones and minerals. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to rise up and fight us. No, man. They're gonna be too fearful.
They're gonna be
And
just,
the glory is gonna be resting over the land. They ain't gonna even think
they're
to
gonna
do something crazy like that.
they're gonna be fearful after the destruction.
After the Lord make an example in this place, the nation is gonna. Well, it do say that in Revelation that they did not repent. They didn't repent of their sorceries and this and that. And that's why we're gonna go around and
Purge out the
clean their
rebels.
asses up. But everything's gonna be regulated. And the Lord's gonna have control over His own world. It ain't like He's gonna be misinformed or he's gonna be unattended to certain parts of His own kingdom. There's something going on
Be like,
He don't know about.
be like Joe Biden and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, huh? What they doing over there?
Somebody gonna show up like Bush over 9/11.
Yeah. When he was in that school.
A school, yeah.
Oh shit! Why did I know about this? No, man, you don't have full insight.
The shit ain't going down.
It's going down.
Your breakdown is just all the way wrong.
Let him do.
Alright?
And what good is the kingdom? Really, the kingdom of heaven. You gotta worry about anything. You don't have. Anyway, if you gotta worry about anything.
I call for Psalms 127, 3, 9.
Psalm 127.
And I'm trying to correspond that with what he read in Isaiah 60 about how a little one shall become 1,000. When a strong nation, how could we become a strong nation? How could a little one become 1,000?
I want to hear how you say it. I'm going out
in verse 3. It says, "Lo, children are inheritance of the Lord Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is His reward. As arrows,
So our women are not going to be barren. How are they going to be saved? Through
Childbearing.
So they're going to be having children in the kingdom.
That's their purpose going into the kingdom of heaven.
So who are those souls? Are those brand new spirits, or the spirits of the Israelites that died on this side?
You understand the process.
Right.
In the incarnation, they have to come back.
Exactly.
They should have life again. That's when insert breakdown to incarnation here. Okay?
2/3 they're gonna have children. It's gonna keep on going and
Right.
going.
Once they come back and after just by pain, you know, they understand now. Yeah.
as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate.
Read for it then, as a mighty man with his hand full of arrows.
As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, right?
And when you can take this into like old world, right? Having a big family was a power almost. Because you have an army now. Let's say you got a village or you got a tribe or you got a team or whatever. Yeah. You have sons.
He that teacher, the son, he would do it.
If I had 5 sons.
The guy would be like one, like he never left.
Yeah. One, he was in a victory of his enemies.
Exactly.
He left him behind and left him to himself. So if I had 5 sons, I got 5 more me's now. Sentient me's that can push the size of my farm or whatever I gotta do.
Business.
Times 5. Times 6.
They gonna have sons. That's not gonna
Right,
say.
it's gonna keep multiplying. Exactly.
Verse 5 again. Or we read verse 4 again. It says, as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them.
Yeah, they were full of it. Meaning you got a lot of seed.
Now, you know what I'm saying? When you go to Sirach 26, they talk about she will open her quiver. What is that talking about? She will open her wounds. So your swimmer is your woman's womb, or your wives' plural womb, full of plant seed in it. So when you start thinking about how that works, okay, let's say you may have twins. Let's say let's say twins. We don't even go no further than that. Say you have twins. How many children are you going to start to produce if you have 10 mothers? Just say 10. Just 10. You have one each, and then 1 or 2 has twins. That's like 12 kids already. And then one man in a year. So you can see how quickly the family can exponentially multiply.
Every Israelite woman, they're gonna be fertile.
All of them.
Yeah, there ain't gonna be no stillbirths. No.
As soon as you pop them,
It ain't
baby.
gonna be like this. It ain't gonna be dreading having children.
And the Lord gonna take off the birth pains.
Yeah, exactly. And what's dope about the first couple of verses, that's why I asked if you can read them. When you look into that, when I first read it, the first thing I thought is nobody want to have kids in this situation. You bring your kids into a world of tongues. But if that is the case, we're not gonna have, man, and more than we ain't worried about how much money I ain't got enough to afford another kid. We ain't be thinking about that. We're gonna have everything we need. I don't know how to feed you. I don't know how to build a house. We don't have to worry about none of that. But in this world now, it's all trouble when you have kids going into this. So when we gonna be at rest to just enjoy our women and enjoy creating them, enjoy having them around, enjoy them being taken care of, enjoy watching them grow up in the spirit of how watching else coming out with that spirit already on.
You're gonna get to live to see 10 generations down the line. You know? You're gonna have a grandchild that's 10 generations after carrying your name.
Yeah.
Your lineage.
Yeah.
You remind me of me when I was.
Your pedigree.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be by the 10th generation, you're probably gonna be over what? You're gonna be in your hundreds, probably.
Hundreds.
Not 100, but hundreds.
It's still the same. You still be able to function and
Still playing with them.
Still got strength. Can
Yeah.
fly.
But then when that 1,000th year come, you're gonna have to worry about them Edomites rising up, right?
Yeah, well, you got 18,000
Yeah.
children now.
Right.
You got to worry about the nations.
You gotta worry about Gog and Magog.
Moab rising.
Gonna come down.
You gotta worry about Gomer and Persia and
Come on, man.
fucking Kush. You gotta worry about the Kush.
How backwards is that? The Most High set us up for this beautiful. We got this lineage, we got this kingdom, and then oh shit, we got to go back to war. Come on, man.
No, we ain't gotta actually go back. We gotta wait on the fire to come down.
Right.
But we gotta worry about the mountain up and how long the air is most high gonna allow them to. It's too much, bro. The perfectly wrapped movie, the perfect balance is the one time.
Right.
Do it all right now. One huge event that you never have to be concerned again about. I've never heard of 2 events.
Two climax.
Yeah, 2 climax. 2 climax.
And you fucked up, man. You should put that. You should delete that live stream. Put it on private or something. That's not it. Right? And I'm curious to see all the other breakdowns too. Coming from the brothers, man.
Oh yeah.
Y'all about to, and I think we might lose some followers behind this one.
Oh yeah.
Especially because they window shop. They like to watch us. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna watch us and they're gonna be like, shit. I know I can't even take this back to Nate because he gonna, we know how they get over there.
And getting the true and real understanding of Revelations 20, it takes effort and time. A lot of these window shopping Israelites like, oh man, I gotta read that and do this, and if they don't get it the first time, they'll just believe a nigga like Nate.
Oh, yeah, they're not of the house of
right.
Church of Berea.
When they didn't get up to walk out from nobody, when he said, come on, man. What did he say? Right, something like that?
Something like that.
When I heard that, I was like, who said that? Who heard him say that?
I heard it.
Yeah, you could hear him like, somebody should be getting up, asking a question, leaving out, or something should be happening. Nothing happened, he just continued going. That was like, he had a whole other hour to talk after that, after he said that.
And then he quoted Isaiah 24, and they show, and many days shall they be visited. And what is that? And what is that many days? The 1,000 years. That's what the congregation say.
Yeah.
Oh, the 1,000 years.
And they had the sound effects.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is the big.
Groundbreaking revelation.
Yeah.
Breakdown.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, hey, you know. This is why we come out and be defenders for the gospel, man. Because you got a lot of guys like that. We have to constantly ward the sheep to keep them on the right path. Or they can get swayed away by wolves and sheep's clothing like that. All right, false prophets. You know, so Lord willing, this was edifying. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh.
Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakurash.
The apostles and bishops, great millstone, peace, blessings, and citations to the elect.